G'day, it's Hayley, and in accordance with the fact that New Zealand had the strongest earthquake today, I am doing my fake Aussie accent because I do not know the difference between two. Also, I've got an off-colour joke for you. So, it's, I don't know what the setup is, but it's a British officer talking to an Australian bloke. Bloke, is it what they say? I don't even know. So the British officer says, "Did you come here to die?" And the Aussie responds, "No, came here yesterday." And that's it for the Australian portion of our show. Right. No. We move on. Now let's switch back. We move on to earthquakes. There's been 144 of them today. That's about par for the course. It's like 120s to 150s. I'm going to have to start paying attention to that. What has been the most active 24-hour period? Who sets the record? Anyway, Northern California. Still Northern California, because sometimes I'm like sitting here and pages have been loaded for ages, and then I actually talk about them. South Island of New Zealand, the 5.3. And if we look at it, it wasn't terribly strong, at least based on the USGS Did You Feel It data. The strongest one was, if I remember right, it was a 4 or a 5. So let's find it. So it's the Modified Mercalli Intensity Scale. I believe that's what the MMI stands for. So we've got most of them, Christchurch, 28 responses of a 4, and then a handful of 5s. So, whoops. Is how you do that. I forget, it's like a JavaScript thing. It doesn't actually change the page, so if you hit the back button, it just backs you up completely. Anyway, so 5 would be moderate shaking and very light damage. But most of it, in Christchurch anyhow, light shaking, no damage. So that's good. And it was what? It was right the week before Christmas, I think, where they had the 6 point something. So it's just been... It's got to suck to be there. You know, it's a region that it was not earthquake prone prior to, last September? Not this most recent September. September of 2010, I believe, was when it kicked it off, and then they had another bad one in February. I should never ever actually say dates. I'd say that the Civil War was probably in 1492. I'm pretty sure Columbus sailed over here in like the year 1200 or something. Yeah, that's why I should never say specific dates, because I almost certainly get them wrong. Anyhow, the map looks quite different. See, we had the warm stuff was kind of split. Now it's just kind of looking like it theoretically should, where the farther north you go, the colder it is. And then, of course, the farther south you go, the warmer it is. Anyway, high temperatures stay. Low temperatures, we've got the blues coming back in. And then the active. It's windy. If you're in any, apparently, of these areas, is very, very windy. I believe there's all high wind warnings. Yep, that's a good word. And then wind advisory. So either it's definitely a warning or it's probably windy. This is red flag warning. It's been a while since we've seen the extreme fire danger today. Hey, 2012 Storm Spotter training schedule. That's what you do. If you're in the area, start looking and then put it on your calendar and totally check it out. It's a free thing, you know. Sometimes they have donuts. I don't know. Anyway. Here's where, that's the avalanche warning, if I remember correctly, that colour. Oh, and there's an air quality alert apparently somewhere. It's not in the shade. That might be air quality alert as well. It is. And then apparently somewhere there's a coastal flood statement, but I don't see any green on that map. Anyway, one of these is winter weather advisory. There you go. Purple's winter weather advisory. Pink, can think of the colour. What is it called? Winter storm warning. And of course, if you go over here, you can kind of see why. It sucks. Lots of heavy snow. There's your classic warm front and a cold front behind it, and as the cold front overtakes the warm front, it becomes the purple front. Yeah, also known as an occluded front, if you're someone who's informed. Right. Anyway, freezing rain up there. So, and that sucks. And if you go on over here, one of the things you may not know, the Storm Prediction Center, that's where WikiWix pulls this information, also covers winter weather stuff. So you get to see there's a mesoscale discussion on freezing rain rates of that to that, gradually diminishing with time. So in Maine, freezing rain, that sucks big time. And then, by the way, severe thunderstorm-wise, there is nothing. There's not even a thunderstorm area, nor is there tomorrow. So let's get the long range. What does it say? Potential to low. So we might have an uneventful January in terms of severe thunderstorms. Now, in terms of snow and what's that thing? Not hail, but freezing rain and sleet and stuff like that. Sleet and hail, they're like cousins or something, right? And they're sort of similar. Anyway, hey, look, that's kind of pretty with all those different colors going on. I shouldn't say that, because that means you've got avalanche next to flood, that's blues and greens. You've got the red flag warning, very bright pink. I'm not sure I know what the brand is. High wind watch. So you've got snow and all kinds of stuff. Anyway, it's winter. Did you get the memo? It's winter now, isn't it? Anyway. So, if you like green, that's what I have to say. You go to WikiWix, WikiKEDWX.com, where you get to see green all throughout January, possibly. Well, or except for you get the orange when there's mesoscale discussions that's related to winter stuff. Anyway, I don't know. You go there or you don't, or you aren't sure of it. And that's the end of the screencast. So, you have fun. Oh, right. And party hardy tonight, or whatever the expression is.